I'm paranoid every time I record on the phone. I'm like, what if it will stop? And now I did a little hack where I put the mirror and I'm seeing if it's recording. Yeah, it's a weird transitioning period, but what's beautiful is that I'm seeing that it's a transition and I'm not being hard on myself. Normally I'm very good with my routines and my structures, but every time I go away somewhere and I come back, it takes some time to get back into it, get back into the rhythm, into the routine, into the structures, and it's a little bit all over the place. And this is how I'm feeling right now, like waking up at weird times, going to the gym at weird times, and actually not meditating. I think I'm like having a meditation hangover, because I've been meditating for like hours. And I'm just feeling resistance. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. At the same time, I'm feeling how my soul is like, sit down, sit down. But yeah, just allowing it all to be. And today I had two 2-hour naps, which is crazy. I don't know what I will do tonight. Maybe we'll be howling at the moon. Oh! Yeah, but all is okay, and that's okay. Everything is okay. I feel like I want to talk about how we create. Seems to be the theme of my life now, since I'm in the community of creators, and having this perspective on life that we create everything. And I was having few conversations with few different people around. It's interesting, a lot of men actually messaging me about this longing for a partnership, for the relationship, wanting more depth, more fulfillment. And the question I ask is, do you know how that looks like? And I think this is so important in any creation, but also in a relationship creation. It's like, are you clear what it is exactly that you want? What kind of woman that you want? How does she look? How does she move? What are her values? What are her beliefs? What are your non-negotiables? Like really getting clear, like to the detail. It's, someone said, oh, but you don't know, you don't know what's, like, how it's gonna unfold. Yes, we don't know, but we can be conscious initiators, and being clear, having that clear vision of how exactly it looks like, allows you to create kind of a better filter system, if you could call it so. Because I feel that a lot of the times the reason we're not finding what we want, or not getting what we want, that could be anything, not only relationship, but any dreams that we have, is that because we're very vague, we're not specific enough. And so it's either we're attracting something completely out of alignment, a mismatch, or we don't, and we're single. It's interesting because I've made a list in my journal, I remember last year or even the year before, when I was like, okay, I'm ready, I want a partnership. I wrote down all the things that I want in a partner, and when he appeared, I was like, fuck. We were reading to each other's lists, and it was just mind blowing. The match that we were, like everything matched, everything. I don't think there was anything that wouldn't match. It was bizarre. So that's kind of one of the confirmations that it does work, and we shouldn't settle for less. It's just being clear on what we want and speaking that into existence, creating that, sharing it, when going on dates, when meeting someone. It's such a, we withhold so much, and that really prevents from creating what we want. Like even having a conversation with a person who never shared their dreams with anyone or goals. And if you hold everything inside or somewhere on your computer or on a piece of paper, and you don't share it with anyone, like, you will create it, but that it won't be as exponential, it won't be as, I don't know, there's something in the sharing of your dreams, of your visions, of your goals, of what you want from life, that as soon as you articulate that, as soon as it hits the ears of another human being, it plants the seed of possibility in their mind for your vision, and all of a sudden it's two of you co-creating. And it's not to say that they're actively engaged in creating your goals, but say if they know that one of your goals is achieve a certain amount of income, and you hang out and they see a behavior that is out of alignment with that, they could call you out. That's one of the things, like them supporting the creation of your vision. Or say if they know exactly the woman that you want, and they meet someone somewhere, and they hear about someone somewhere, they're like, fuck yeah, Jason was telling me, like, I think this is a perfect match, you know? I just made the name up. So we really rob ourselves of the speed at which our creations could come into life by holding it with only us, like being greedy, not sharing, creating on our own. And it is vulnerable. It is vulnerable because if you share something that is your dream, you know, someone may laugh, someone may reject it, you know. So that's why we're so guarded. That's why we're so guarded. Yeah. And this is something that was alive for me now. It's interesting, me wanting to like really create value in my vlog, which is like, if I think about it, it's just my vlog. Like there's no structure, there's no rules. Yet in my mind I'm like, okay, I don't know what to share. Oh, look, this is what I could share. So then it's valuable, and I'm just noticing it. Like I'm not allowing myself to just be the way I am without needing to contribute in some way, shape, or form, which is not a bad thing. I think it's a beautiful thing. But then it's like, who am I in the absence of creating value? Who am I in the absence of creating value? That's deep contemplation. But yeah, it's just this like wanting to be someone, right? It's like if you don't contribute, if you don't create value, then like it almost like I'm identifying myself with the creation of the value. Mm. 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 Whereas really the intention, I think, of this vlog was to just really be present in the moment, allow whatever is there to surface and kind of be with myself as well. Like I wasn't doing it for someone, but it seems like it is going into the direction of someone. My teacher, preacher, motivational speaker is like, yeah. Yeah. I always want to bring more intentionality into everything I do. And then it's this like paradox that happens. I just like plunge into things. And then figure things out as I plunge in. And then it's like, what is being more intentional? I'm like sitting down to record this. I'm like, oh, I have to know what to say. That's how I'm conceptualizing intentionality, like being present before the recording, knowing what to say, and then recording it. And then this can be a hindrance as well. So it's an interesting one to play with for me. I just love how I went from fucking preaching to deep inside of me reflecting. Yeah. Me and my friend were laughing. One day we're like, oh yeah, it's all about balance, right? Yeah. It's like, fuck, we keep coming back to the same simple thing. It's like, it's all about balance. Yeah, presence, be present. It's all about presence. Yeah, stumbling into things over and over again just to keep hearing that same again, that same thing, until it lands deep enough into the bone marrow. Anyway, I don't know if that final bit's made any sense for you. That's my mind trying to make sense of itself, or I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. So there you go. Be clear with what you want so that you can create what you want. And don't be afraid to contemplate. Don't be afraid to be with yourself without goal. Woo, diamond. Okay. Loving you. Hope you got something out of it. And if you didn't, fuck, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter because it's my vlog, right? So keep wanting to create value.